Let's play detective. Let's play Sherlock Holmes. So these are the purported margarita glasses that was sitting in front of Kilmar Garcia and Senator, was it Von Hollen? Chris Von Hollen? Maybe he says something right here.
By the side of the pool, right, in the hotel. Just, right. I mean, this is a guy who's been in CCOT. This is a guy who's been detained. They want to create this appearance that life was just lovely for Kilmar, which of course is a...
Okay, so in another place, this Chris Van Hollen, is that his name, Chris? Well, it's Van Hollen, okay? And so, Van Hollen, here we are sitting with Kilmar Garcia, and they just have like this water glass, this bottled water, cup of coffee, another glass of water, another glass of water, some little, wooden thing here, looks like a fork, napkin, spoon maybe, a napkin, and that's it, right? So that's how the table looked beforehand. But he's saying that some government goon had came in between them, and they had sat these, these margarita looking like glasses in between them. And El Salvador's president reportedly had margaritas placed in front of a Garcia meeting so he could mock it. And so he did mock it. He said something like, oh yeah, he's being treated so bad. They're, sitting in luxury, drinking margaritas. Oh, okay, drinking margaritas. So it's kind of even more crazy when you think about how that Bukele had said he was powerless to release him. He's powerless to do... If Trump said release him, he would have released him. He would have just fucking released him. Trump said, why don't you build 5 more prisons so you could throw Americans into the damn thing. So Trump can go ahead and say, let's go ahead and build 5 more fucking prisons. And then we got power to do that, right? To ruin and wreck people's lives. But give them due process to see whether or not they're innocent or not. Use the Constitution. Provide the evidence that you have against them. These things we are too powerless to do. We can't send a plane down to El Salvador and put them on a plane and then put them back up here in front of a judge and then show the evidence. That's not possible. So I want to do some Sherlock Holmes, because what he had mentioned was if they were drinking margaritas, then you could look at the salt or the sugar that was on the rim of the glass, because if you would have took a drink, then that part of the rim of the glass, the sugar or the salt would be gone. There would be a gap. There would be a gap. And if you look at this, you see the cherry, and you see how it's salted or sugared all the way around. Here's a cherry and, salt and sugar all the way around it. So, who knows if this is a margarita? Who knows if this is actual water? Who knows if there's alcohol or what the hell is in this? But it wasn't drinking out of. It wasn't drinking out of. So this is a photo op. The guy who can't, put the guy on a plane can't, he can't put the guy on a plane, but he could sure as hell set up a photo op. It says it has 0 color and a cherry, but the world's coolest dictator told me it was a margarita, so I'm just going to stick with it. No color at all. I mean, it does seem a little cloudy, so maybe there's, some vodka that's put into it? What is margaritas made out of? Are they made out of vodka? So, yeah, just drinking Muay Thais, right? They're just drinking Muay Thais. They got their, just having the best damn, let's see, maybe he says something here.
President Bukele, after I met with Kilmar, did this tweet showing us at a table with these 2 glasses. So, here's what happened. When I first sat down with Kilmar, we just had glasses of water on the table. I think maybe some coffee. And as we were talking, one of the government people came over and deposited 2 other glasses on the table with ice, and I don't know if it was salt or sugar around the top, but they look like margaritas. And if you look at the one they put in front of Kilmar, it actually had a little less liquid than the one in front of me. To try to make it look, I assume, like he drank out of it. Let me just be very clear. Neither of us touched the drinks that were in front of us. And if you want to play a little Sherlock Holmes, I'll tell you how you can know that. So if you look at the video or the picture I sent out from the beginning of our meeting, you'll see there are no glasses on the table. So you'll see in later videos they are on the table. But they made a little mistake, or some people are very careful, right? If you sip out of one of those glasses, some of whatever it was, salt or sugar, would disappear. You would see a gap. There's no gap. Nobody drank any margaritas or sugar water or whatever it is. But this is a lesson into the lengths that President Bukele will do to deceive people about what's going on. And it also shows the lengths that the Trump administration and the president will go to, because when he was asked about a reporter about this, he just went along for the ride. So the White House and the president have been lying about this case from the beginning. They've been trying to change the subject from the beginning. As I said.
So that's remarkable. That's insane. That's fucking nuts. That's fucking nuts. Why are they doing? They're doing too much. They're doing too much. They're being so much extra.